All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. I want to talk today about the concept of banned books, particularly in the United States. Okay. Now, if you go to a Barnes and Noble bookstore, you are likely to encounter a small section that they will have in their store labeled as containing quote unquote banned books. Okay. And if you look on their website, you'll see a section listed under literature, banned books. Okay. And you'll see books on here such as Of Mice and Men, Lord of the Flies, Beloved, Animal Farm, To Kill a Mockingbird, 1984, My Sister's Keeper, The Catcher in the Rye, The Kite Runner, The Handmaid's Tale, um, among a long list of books. Okay. And these are all books that they categorized as banned, or in some literature I've seen, they're listed as challenged books. Okay. Now, of course, these books aren't banned. You can easily order them here on the Barnes and Noble website. You can get them in your local library, probably. You can order them from Amazon, or any other number of sources. You can easily find them available. Okay. Now, this is a common theme that I've seen distributed online, and it's particularly done from the point of view that these books are somehow controversial or somehow not acceptable by people on the political right in the United States, okay, or people who would be considered conservative, okay, even though we all know, right, that it's typically people on the left now who are looking to ban books, who are looking to prohibit things from being disseminated. Okay. And one thing that came to mind, I specifically recall, was when Missouri Senator Josh Hawley was going to come out with a book that his publishing company decided that they didn't even want to publish the book. Okay. So this was a book that wasn't even going to be published. Okay. Now, all of these books here that are listed as quote unquote banned all have one thing in common, other than them being so called banned, and that's that they were actually published to begin with. Okay. Now, here's an article here from January 8th, 2021, from a CNN article that says Senator Josh Hawley's book canceled by publisher citing, quote, deadly insurrection at Capitol building. And it says, in an extraordinary move, Simon & Schuster announced Thursday that it would no longer publish a planned book by Senator Josh Hawley, one of the Republican lawmakers who led objections to Congress certifying President-elect Joe Biden's victory. After witnessing the disturbing, deadly insurrection that took place on Wednesday in Washington, D.C., Simon & Schuster has decided to cancel publication of Senator Josh Hawley's forthcoming book, the company said in a statement. We did not come to this decision lightly, Simon & Schuster added. As a publisher, it will always be our mission to amplify a variety of voices and viewpoints. At the same time, we take seriously our larger public responsibility as citizens and cannot support Senator Hawley after his role in what became a dangerous threat to our democracy and freedom. Okay. Now, obviously, in the couple of years that have transpired since January 6th, 2021, well, we know that it wasn't an insurrection, okay? We know that it was an orchestrated event, but leaving that all to the side here, you're not going to find Josh Hawley's book at Barnes and Noble in a list of banned books, okay? Because you know what, his book does not fit the ideological bent that Barnes and Noble wants to push, or Amazon, or any of these places what they want to push, okay? And it goes on to say here, Hawley in a statement responded to Simon & Schuster's decision by calling the move Orwellian and a direct assault on the First Amendment. So, um, yeah, very interesting here. And again, obviously, Josh Hawley's book is not the only book that would fall into this category, but it was really a very glaringly obvious example of one that came to my mind of a book that a lot of people didn't even want to be published, let alone banned. Okay, there's one thing if a book is written and published and then for one reason or another is banned, but there's people that didn't even want Josh Hawley's book to be published. Okay, but again, you're not going to see his book in a section of any bookstore that's listed as a book that's been banned. Okay, now his book obviously is not banned. You can buy it online. You might be able to find it in your local library. I don't know, but it's certainly much closer to being banned than a lot of the books that you'll see on such lists. So I just wanted to point it out. It's something I wanted to talk about and something that I wanted to point out. And that way, the next time you'll see these so-called lists of books being banned, you'll think, well, gee, what really is being banned? Like what kind of topics, what kind of books are there that are out there or could possibly be out there that these publishing companies, these bookstores, and so forth don't want me to read. Okay, and I can tell you that nothing that they're putting on those lists are anything that are dangerous or controversial. Try to get a copy of the Turner Diaries. Okay, you're not going to see that book on a list of banned books. Okay, so in any case, think about it when you see these lists. Really do some research. When you're looking at books that are so-called banned. So, anyways, that's what I think. Let me know what you all think. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.